Yes, people, welcome back to Never a Foul. We are here 2022, 2023. The season is not too far away and we're back. I'm happy. I've had a little break. Obviously, my main man Daps has been holding down the channel. Big up Cass, Suits and everyone inside. But we are ready to relaunch the channel. And I don't think it could have started off in a better place. I know a few of the guys already. Some I've been on streams with, some I haven't. But, you know, we're all great guys. Football knowledge, top tier. So people, please make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. And most importantly, everyone, look below. There's Callum's channel there, the Kopish. There's Aaron's channel there down below. There's views for Patrick. And obviously, Never a Foul here with my channel, Manchester United, down below as well. And also Daps' Feed the Goat there below. So people, like and subscribe. And we have got something different. Something different. Because I think everyone's talking about Núñez, Haaland, Man United and De Jong. And we thought we need to, you know...
Hold on. Don't do it in the same pause. Put some space between them. Let them breathe.
Listen, he's...
He started already.
Oh, Lord. This is going to be a long night.
Put someone else in there. And then don't put them too close together.
I put De Jong in, though. So I threw it in. Someone that's not there. But yes, guys, we're going to be talking about players for each position, going from goalkeeper to striker. And we're going to be looking at what teams need to build in that position. Most importantly, it's not going to be about Chelsea, Liverpool. No two teams can go in that slot. One team only, and we're all going to debate on the panel. So first of all, when I come to Daps, going to give him a spud because it's been a minute.
What's good, brother?
We're back, man. Me, you, and Suits in the cave. Everything blessed, yeah? We're ready.
Listen, how can it not be blessed today? How can it not be blessed?
First of all, just quickly before because I know you're going to want to say your 2 pence. Everyone knows it. Callum's smiling already. Out of 10, talk to me about Haaland for just 1 minute. Ramble, because we know you want to just get it out.
You know what? It's not about, for me, it's not just about Haaland. It's about Haaland and Alvarez. Because together, they cover all angles. Like, there are elements of Haaland's game that I'm not going to come on and say Haaland's game is perfect. What I will say is where Haaland hasn't got certain elements of his game, Alvarez does. So for me, it's the balance. It does remind me a little bit like when we had Aguero and Tevez, or Tevez and Balotelli, or Tevez and Zeko, that we do now have at last that balance. It's good, man. It's not just that with me. The main thing with Haaland for me was the shithousery, the fact that he's a blue and he's back, and that's the main thing for me. I'm more excited about watching Alvarez play football. If I'm
man, I think he's going to adjust to a Prem real quick. But yeah, let's get into the panel because, like I said, we can't start the show without introducing the panel. Patrick, long time, Views TV, you're in, repping the purple. I like it. Good
yes,
to me, man.
sir.
How you doing?
You see that? Yeah, what's good, people? It's your boy Patrick Tyrant, aka Young Swaggy Daniels. When you see the T, you see the P. When you see the P, now represents T. Let's go. Let's go.
Love that.
Yeah,
man. What's going on with your channel this year? You're going to be launching anything soon? Any shows coming up real soon?
I think I've been toying with the idea for a while, but I think I'm actually going to start my own little YouTube channel as well. So many people have been asking me, especially from the Spurs angle as well, because, you know, I'm on everyone else's shows, got views, but I don't really have anything to connect with all the Spurs guys. So I think I'm going to do that. So I've been toying with the idea. Too many people are saying I need to start it. I should have started it already. So yeah, something to think about. So yeah, I think I'm going to do that. But other than that, I'm good, man. Always a pleasure to be on with all my boys.
I'm glad to have you back on here, man.
It's all good. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Wicked. And Callum, obviously we know each other already, but I think, you know, first time I've been on an actual show with you. I like it. You're repping the red. Never leave people for dead. I love it. Talk to me about Kopish, about your channel and everything. And yeah, it's good to have you on the first show, proper back on Never a Foul, man.
No, I'm happy to be here. Thanks for having me on, man. As I said, like, me and Daps have connected recently because he does the Prem panel show with us, same with Aaron. And I've worked with Patrick several times on the football terrace as well. So pleasure to be here. Obviously, I've got to come and rep Liverpool. A bit techie at the moment because obviously, you know, we finished second and that. Bit techie because we didn't win the Champions League and that.
Hey, listen, you finished with 2 trophies, man. I would kill for that. So, you know what I mean?
I know, but Daps especially, and Aaron, they know what I'm like. I'm shameless.
Yeah,
I want it all for, man.
Well, have faith in Klopp and your scouting system.
Oh, no, I do. But there's also levels to it as well. So I'm not going to say too much because as a Liverpool fan, I've got to rep my guy, but you guys know my thoughts on Núñez and Haaland. For me, there shouldn't be a comparison yet.
Love that. Now, honest, straight facts. Like I said, people keep liking, subscribing. I'll try and get through many of the comments as I can. Big up Static, big up Claudio inside, big up Pits as well.
Yeah, big up Cass as well. Shout out to Cass.
Yeah, big up Cass every single time. Like I said, holding it down with Daps while the channel's on a little break and doing this thing on Trafford Tunnel. Big up Cass. Aaron, man, We're back in business, man. Talk to me. All good?
I'm good, man. I'm happy to be on here. Good to see you all. I've worked with Callum before, with you, Daps, and I've worked with you as well, Ties, on several occasions. So yeah, good to see Patrick as well. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to this. Gonna have some friendly banter today, or not.
But no point. Yeah. Let's be clear. It's called Rivals, not Virals, for a reason. I made the name on purpose. Yeah, it's not about point scoring. It is about us being able to talk about each other's team and no one catching strays or nothing. People being able to take it. I'll take some criticism on City. Trust me. As long as it's not an Edison, don't come at Edison.
I mean, to be fair, I think we can all agree that Arsenal might catch a lot of strays today. I'm just saying. But hey, anyway.
Where's your Arsenal panelist, Daps and Ty? I was actually going to ask you.
You know what? I don't want to overdo the panel with too many people. Yeah. Messy. So we're just going to move it about week by week.
Fair enough.
So Lee will be on next week, probably representing Arsenal. We'll switch it up.
Love that. Nearly 50 of you watching. So like I said, people, now we're going to get into the show. Make sure you're supporting, subscribing, and everyone's channels here in the panel is down below. So if you're supporting us, you're supporting them too, you get me. So make sure you're doing that. And this question here quickly, where's the Chelsea representative? I know there's a Mr. Claudio, certain in particular, watching at home. We're going to be having a little word soon, Claudio. So yes, people, so you know them, into the show. We have got a starting 11 here. As you can see, at the moment, it's all question marks. We're going to make it nice and simple. We're going to go from goalkeeper to striker. And we are going to be looking at what teams need to fill this position the most. So like I said, there might be people that think Man United need a goalkeeper, Liverpool need a goalkeeper, just don't say they don't, but for example, but you can't have two teams in that question mark. One team only, we debate, and we come to a conclusion. So, yeah.
Ty, sorry, to cut you off, Ty, is this top six only or Prem related?
You know what? It'll probably predominantly be top six, probably based on it. But if there's a few wild cards that you lot think, do you know what, this team really need to improve it? We have got all these 20 teams locked and loaded. Fixes on the buttons, man. He's loaded, man.
Yeah, wicked. Fair enough. Good to know.
Cool.
Yeah, lovely. So what I'm going to do, people, if you're locked in now, I'm going to have this team up here. I'm going to vanish it, go back to the DM, and then I'm going to show people where we're at so far, and then at the striker. So just 3 times so we can get through the show. So yeah, Daps, you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Right. So I think, obviously, we start with the goalkeeper. What I'm going to do to mix it up, everyone gets their fair share to start off. I'm going to go around each position. Patrick might start, then Callum will start on the left back or whatever. That's my right-hand man.
Oh, you put me in the...
Yeah. We're starting this now. This is it. Well, goalkeeper. What team are you thinking in the Premier League?
There's Techie. There's 2, and both of them are on this panel right now.
Oh, that's been already said. Okay.
No, and I'm sorry. You know what? It's between Tottenham and Man United.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with Man United. I think most Man United fans will agree with me. There's people, I've even been on shows recently where people want to argue that De Gea actually does have a shout for... Someone tried to put him in play with the season.
Okay. Team of the year.
Team of the year in goal. Because of apparently how much he's saved Man United. But for me, I do get it. But I think under Ten Hag, you're going to try and play a system. And I think every system needs a goalkeeper that can play as part of the system. I don't think De Gea can play as part of the system at all. I think he's an old school shot stopper.
You know what? It's so funny, right? Because when you said Tottenham and Man United, I couldn't actually agree more, because the reason is, obviously, and I'll come to the panel straight after, is that when you look at goalkeepers for me in this modern era, I'll say it with Statman Baines in this channel, you've got De Gea and you've got Lloris. Both great shot stoppers. Patrick will agree. Great shot stoppers. Yeah, 100%. But when you look at the top teams in the Premier League or across Europe, I always feel there's 3 things when it comes to goalkeepers. I feel like you're a shot stopper, you're commanding of your area, and you're good with your feet. Now, De Gea for me is a shot stopper. When you look at Alisson, he's good with his feet, he commands the area well, and he's good, obviously, at shot stopping. You look at, obviously, I'll say the Chelsea keeper,
Mendy, yeah.
Right, I look at him and his goalkeeping is great in terms of, commanding the area. He's a good shot stopper, but his kicking's not great. However, you still have 2 elements of the 3 you're looking for in a keeper in the modern day. So for me, De Gea and Lloris only have one of them, and I think Manchester United or Tottenham need a goalkeeper purely for that reason, especially when you look at Ten Hag, like you said, and the football he wants to play. Aaron, what are you saying on? I'll come to you just because you said about Man United and mention it. Obviously, you're a Man United fan like myself. What do you think on this situation? Would you agree that it's probably Man United or Spurs?
Bro, you took the words right out of my mouth, man. I couldn't agree more. I think De Gea is being judged by a lot of Manchester United fans by what he's done in the past. A lot of people are still stuck on, yeah, but he was our player of the season in 2014, 15, 16, or however long that was. He won player of the season three seasons in a row. That was good back then. Now, everybody knows football changes every year, every 2 years.
Yeah.
And now, as a goalkeeper, you have to be good with your feet. This is just how football goes. Back in the day, you didn't really need to be able to play football as a goalkeeper. As long as you were a good shot stopper, you were cool. You were good. And as long as you commanded your area. But now, football has changed. And, goalkeepers need to be able to, ping a ball with his right, ping a ball with his left, being good on the ball, being calm. I think
Comfortable on the ball, yeah.
Comfortable on the ball. I think the whole sweeper keeper thing has got a role to play as well. That's why a lot of people at one point were fan of Manuel Neuer, because he was just that guy when it came to sweeper keeping. He revolutionized goalkeeping. When you look at Manuel Neuer, and I'm not trying to have him as the pinnacle, as the prime example, but you look at him when he plays for Bayern, even till this day, he could ping a ball with his left to anybody, and he's right-footed. Do you know what I mean? And he's very calm on the ball, picks his passes. His passes are well looked after. And you can't really say the same about De Gea. His kick, and I'm trying to be respectful here because De Gea is obviously a great goalkeeper, but his kicking is awful. Sometimes I see him kick the ball straight into just out of play. Just out of play. Because he's panicking, doesn't know what to do. He knows his kicking is not good. Therefore, he will just, wherever it lands, that's where it lands. So I think we need to look to replace him, if I'm honest. And he's been a good servant at the club. He's been there for a long time, but it's going to be hard to get rid of him because of the wages.
Yeah, do you know, I agree with you. And I'm going to play a bit of devil's advocate in the hosting side of it. But Patrick, as much as me, Aaron, and Daps are saying about, obviously, the kicking side of things, which is a massive part of the game, I labelled three things, which obviously was the shot stopping, commanding of the area, and the kicking. The fact if some keepers have two of the three, like say Nick Pope, he's maybe not great with his kicking, but he does command his area well, and he's a shot stopper. He's got 2 out of the 3, if I could pick off some off the top of my head. Do you feel like that's sometimes enough for a keeper, or does the kicking massively come
you know what? It's such a great way to start the show because it's so multifaceted, and it's not as simple as, you said about I totally agree about the Lloris and De Gea thing. It's very easy to say those two need to go because of their kicking ability, but still both are still top goalkeepers. I mean, we kept, I think, the 4th most clean sheets. And to be fair, Hugo Lloris is quite underrated in terms of his commanding of the area because it's not as bad as it used to be. Of course, it could be better. Like when I look at the pinnacle of goalkeeping, for me, it's Alisson. I think he's got all 3. He's comfortably the best goalkeeper, in my opinion, in terms of reading his line, commanding his area, distribution, and actual shot stopping. Alisson for me is the pinnacle. But I would actually throw a curveball in. I would have said De Gea, and I know Daps is going to hate me for this. I would have said Edison. I think Man City. I think. And I know.
I'm sure I've named
if Daps is honest with himself, there's been so many games where Edison also has a mistake in him, like Tottenham's second goal, I think it was, where Edison was caught off his line. And what is it? Yeah, do you remember that? And he should have nowhere near got caught out for that.
You don't remember.
Aaron remembers it. Everyone else remembers it. And it's just little things like that. Like I've seen Edison make, and you're like, what's he doing? Like obviously he's so comfortable, and Man City retain possession so much. You see him sometimes he gets caught sleeping a bit, and he's caught off position. And I think Edison isn't the greatest shot stopper. He's literally a midfielder that plays in goal. Like he's brilliant, techie, can do all of the passing and this and that. But as an actual goalkeeper, I think he's probably the worst actual goalkeeper out of the top 5 or top 6.
You know what? I probably would. No. Hold on. I would probably potentially, as far as if we're talking shot stopping.
Shot stopping. Let me get that clear because I'm saying shot stopping.
I would say that he is. He's a key player in our system. Notice I didn't say key goalkeeper in our system.
Exactly that.
Key player in our system. Without him, our system wouldn't work. And the biggest thing in this is when we look at every single position, the way I feel we need to look at it is who would you bring in to replace him in this system?
And that's where you get the problem, because to me there isn't many goalkeepers that can do what Ederson can do in terms of retaining the ball, spraying a pass. I mean, the guy's so good at passing, he can literally set up counter-attacks just from one thing.
It's a comfort on the ball.
Yeah, there's a lot that he brings. But in terms of, if we're talking a goalkeeper's first and foremost attribute is shot stopping, but it's hard, man, because like he's so good at everything else. It's difficult.
You know what? I was going to say that, because when you look at Ederson, as much as we might say about his shot stopping, which I agree with Patrick and you as well. When you think of like systems and what he does, he's not tested enough in his shot stopping. So
he doesn't. Really, Man City are that good.
He's not in a team, which capitalizes on that, because they're not getting goals peppered at them. They're not getting 10 shots and target against them. So, Callum, I think Patrick said it perfectly. Like, in terms of Alisson, I came to you last because I'll be honest with you, I think he's the most rounded and complete goalkeeper there is in the league. I think one standout thing for me with Alisson is that he holds the ball so well when he has shots. He don't carry him. His handling is brilliant. I think it's one thing that kind of goes under the radar. But if you're looking at it away from Liverpool and you're looking at United, you're looking at City, or you're looking at Tottenham, where for you do you think one of the teams which team would you say needs to improve the goalkeeper the most?
So it's difficult. Daps actually took something I had in my mind right out of, like, he said it, like I had it right in my mind. I wouldn't have said De Gea, and I'm going to sound like I'm making excuses for him, but I think De Gea has been let down because of the system he plays in, no true system, but also if De Gea's got the ball at his feet, which of the defenders are shown for him? Which of them can you trust to actually ping the ball into? I don't think he can. If you remember when De Gea first came to Man United, he was able to ping balls out to the wing because he had Evra there. He had certain other players who he knew he could trust. Rio was still there. I don't think he's got that comfortability now, which is why you guys kind of have a turnover in possession, because when he gets the ball, he's got to play it up the pitch, and usually it comes right back at you. So I'm not going to put De Gea in the 2. I am going to put Ederson there, Daps, but hear me out, and it's not a shot. Ederson for you guys feels like Trent for us. You guys love him because you guys see what he does for you on a week and a daily basis. It's the same with Trent. Rivals will look at Trent and be like, my man's defending his work. But we look at Trent and think, without him, the system might not be what it is. And I think it's like that for you guys with Ederson. Plus, the thing that you said that stuck out to me the most, who do you go and get to replace him? Because I do think there are better goalkeepers in terms of shot stopping and command of area. Feet, who for Ederson, you mean?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, sorry. I thought I had an echo. That's mine.
No. Good. No, carry on. Yeah, no, it's all good. It sounds good. Yeah.
So, I mean, you could look at someone like a Ter Stegen, but you're going to be able to prize him away. You could look at someone like a Courtois. Can you prize him away? Probably not. So, for me, Alisson, is the best, but Ederson's showing he's capable. But I do think he needs to work on his shot stopping, because it's those fine margins that can cost you. But in terms of the overall, Patrick, I know you're going to hate me, bro. For me, it's Lloris. I'll be honest, I think he's been getting away with it for a little while now. I was very shocked you guys gave him a new contract.
Really?
Very, very shocked. Yeah, I was, because I was thinking, right, he can let his contract run down. There's no drama of having to sell him and all that. Like, he's been a great servant for you guys. What is 11 million you guys paid for him?
Yeah, mental.
Yeah. And when you signed him, he was world class, and he was world class for a few seasons. I just think his time has sort of expired, and I thought you'd have gone for maybe a younger goalkeeper who can be molded into something. Because for me, we were
looking at Pickford for a while, but I'm glad we didn't go and move on that, because I know, trust me, there was strong links to Pickford, and I'm so glad we didn't go for it, because he is not levels.
You proper dodged the bullet right there, man.
I know, trust me.
Get away with it, man. Like England #1, and
he's not England #1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he should be. Yeah,
if you sign Pickford, I'm good still.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I thought this is great, because we've got, like we said, 50 people watching. Make sure you are liking, subscribing. Make sure you are following all the channels below and the great panel we've got here. I didn't think, I'll be honest with you, that when we're talking goalkeepers, I did not expect two of you to say Man City. I thought it was
I used Ederson as an example, but it's an awful example. No,
but you know what? Let me throw a caveat in though. Because Man City are on such a high level, we hold them to a high standard.
Yes.
Ederson is a brilliant goalkeeper, and he walks into any team. But if you're being picky, there are flaws there. So that's kind of where we That's where I went with the editor.
Do you know what it is? I think when it comes to, do you want to say something for a bit?
The only thing is, what we have to remember is this is not about who has the best goalkeeper. This is
who
about
needs it the
what
most.
team
Yeah.
needs to change what position. And for me,
exactly.
Edison is probably the first name on City's team sheet. As long as Pep Guardiola manages Manchester City, Edison is our goalkeeper. It's
No,
that
I hear
simple.
that.
That's what I think it is. Like every keeper can have their little deficiency, but we're looking at like, right, this team has to replace. I'm personally going to go with Man United. Even though I'm a Man United fan, I am going to be saying that with De Gea, I feel like what Aaron said, yes, I love what he done in 2015, 2016, and 12 years he's given us, but the time has run its course. Like for me, is he going to get better? Is he going to be all of a sudden a keeper that's going to be able to kick the ball great and work to Ten Hag's sort of coming out and high pressing, even command near throwing the ball out like Henderson did, I think, when we beat City away at Etihad, launched the ball to Luke Shaw. I know, I don't even like Henderson, but you know, little examples like that. Just I feel like
it's all
the
going to be
game run its
Henderson.
course. So my vote is Manchester United, and we'll go around and we'll see. And if not, the panel, the guests might have to in the comments might have to vote.
I agree with Man United, 100%.
Okay, Aaron, what are you going with?
Man United as well.
Pat?
Yeah, United. When you say like that, yeah, definitely.
We'll go with United. Okay, then, yeah, nice little opening segment there. Like I said, people, that's goalkeeper. We're going to go on to right backs. I know there's going to be a few interesting conversations that up here. And Patrick, I'm going to start with you, my brother.
Yeah. I think for us, right back's been a very sticky one still, really. Like, if we're being honest, we are obviously got rid of Serge Aurier. Well, if we're going back, we let Kyle Walker go. That was I won't say a mistake. Walker wanted to go, fair enough. He had been brilliant for us. Man City got a gem there. I thought he would be on a decline once he went to Man City. I was like, after a couple of years, he loses pace and that will be it. But as you can see, he's still a brilliant right back, man. And you can fill in. You see him slotting in right RCB for England. He plays across the back three. And even if he does make a mistake, I think he reads the game a lot better than people give him credit for, but his speed is still rapid. He can get across. And obviously, he reads the game well, man. He covers for a lot of other people's mistakes. Then we had Trippier, who was okay, but again, the fan base weren't happy with him. He went to Atletico Madrid, won the league there, and you've seen how good he is. And then we've obviously had Serge Aurier, who was hit and miss. And then we've had Emerson, who I like him as a guy, but if we're being honest, as a right wing back, he's not really cut it. Doherty did well for us for a bit, but then got injured. And then obviously Emerson, to be fair to Emerson, he came in and he was solid for the last 10 or 12 games. But if we, the Conte system and the way he plays, you need a quality right back, or right wing back, someone that's going to get on the ball, beat a man, whipping a quality cross. We ain't got that. So for me, I think we would probably be the ones that need to replace the most.
Yeah, now fair enough. Okay. And with that, Callum, I'll come to you. I'll make my way around. Obviously, Patrick said, you know what, Spurs, his own team. He feels like they need to replace the right back. Are you agreeing, or are you thinking there's another team in the Premier League that you're like, you know what, they might need to touch it up?
Yeah, I agree, but it looks like they're going to get Spence, which I'll be honest, will be a fantastic signing.
Absolutely.
The boy's class. But I'm gonna be real. I've got to look at United as well. And
I
hear you, man.
I've got to look at United as well. And here's the thing, yeah. You see, when you guys signed Wan-Bissaka, I went out on a limb and I said I genuinely think he's top 3 best right backs in the league. I think where he suffered, he's not had proper coaching in those primitive years where you kind of need, from the ages of, say, 18 to 23, if your coaching's not to a high standard, especially when you've got potential, I think you can fall off. And I think, unfortunately, that's what's happened with him. The coaching just hasn't been up to scratch for him. Obviously, he's still got a duty as a footballer to improve himself as well. But I think for what modern fullbacks are, or for what you have to be in the Premier League to be a top 6 team and be a modern fullback, Wan-Bissaka's got work to do. But at the same time, Royale he ain't good, man. He's bad.
He was shocking in certain games, but to be fair to him, he has been okay. The last back end of the season, he's been, but I guess the level was on the floor. It was so low.
He has slowly. I'm not saying the Anfield game is amazing, but there's this signs of growth, and the 1v1. There is. Ushering the ball out better. Like there's things. I'm like, consistent run of games and consistency helps build confidence. Whether he's good enough, obviously, to be a right back, that's a different question. But the end of the season was a stronger finish than what he's had definitely.
Definitely, but if we're being real, like it's we have to be crucial. Like we have to be critical.
Yeah.
Well, not. Well, I have to be harsh. I have to be real. He's not good enough to be playing in the top 14. Let's be real. Champions League, you wouldn't want Emerson Royale starting as your right wing back. No way. No way.
What I'll do, because I know there's loads of us in the panel, I won't make all of us speak on every single position. So Aaron, I'll come to you, then we'll have a brief summary, then we'll go on to the next position. What are you thinking on the right back situation, especially obviously being a Man United fan as well, and you've got two different concepts of conversations from Callum and Pat?
Yeah, I was gonna say I actually had 3 teams in mind. I had United, I had Spurs, and I also had Leicester. I think
interesting.
I feel like
Castagna, Justin, and Ricardo Pereira, by the way, just saying 3 right backs out there.
Yeah, but Castagna is being used as a left back mainly. James Justin has just come back from injury. Ricardo Pereira, he came back from injury but was struggling, so he's not really back to full fitness, so he's kind of in and out the team. So I was thinking maybe Leicester could look to get a young right back in that can learn his trade with people like Castagna ahead of him, people like Ricardo ahead of him, people like Justin ahead of him, and maybe learn from them and maybe grow into that role. But yeah, I had Leicester at the bottom of the 3. By the way, I'm not saying they really need it. I had Leicester at the bottom of the 3. I had Spurs as first and United as second.
Okay, fair.
Purely because United is it looks like United is about to solve the right back problem with Timber and stuff. So I had United second.
Okay, perfect. Love that. Like I said as well, 50 likes nearly in here, people.
Yeah, smash that like button, man.
Come on, people.
You've got Kopish, you've got Aaron, and obviously you've got Chaffer Tunnel Feed the got also in association with Never Foul. So make sure you are liking, subscribing to this channel. We're back, baby. Right. I'm not going to lie. My brief summary is I was going to say United for a right back, and it's going to link to the centre back conversation. But in short, obviously, we've got Dalot and we've got Wan-Bissaka. For me, I feel like with Emerson and Doherty and what Spurs are trying to do in terms of their formation, I actually felt Doherty was finding some form until the injury. Not saying that, So I'm not going to say he's going to be the next big thing, but in terms of we saw him do well at Wolves in the 3-5-2, and if you're then acclimatizing to Conte's ball and before that injury, you're looking very well like, okay, you have to pick 5 players, you're putting him in your starting team. But when he came out, the creativity on the right-hand side went. Kulusevski didn't get as much help. So for me, I will go with United, but the reason I'm saying that is because it's going to link to the conversation on centre-backs. But yeah, I'm going to be able to chill on United now because I think they're going to take a break after this. But yeah, let's do a speed vote. So I'm going to go with United on the right back if I'm honest. That's what you're going to go with.
I'm going to go with United 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Aaron?
I'm going to go with Spurs.
Okay. Cal?
Spurs.
And Pat?
Spurs. I'm going to keep it real. Even though it's my team, I'm going to keep it 100.
Spurs,
Spurs.
Spurs get the vote. Love that. So we're done the goalkeepers and the right back.
Let's do left back.
We're going to go into
left backs.
Yeah.
Right. Interesting.
Left backs.
Yeah, this one's quite tough, man.
Aaron,
it's not tough.
You can start.
Yeah, I'm going to be very blunt. Man City.
Simple one.
I feel like it's long overdue. I think even though Cancelo has been brilliant at left back, I mean it's still ridiculous to me how Pep won 2 league titles with a right back playing at left back. It's just taking a mick. But I feel like now is the time to.
And before that, he won it with the centre mids, with 2 centre mids.
Zinchenko,
Delph, crazy.
Zinchenko, Delph, that's just crazy. But anyway, I think it's time for Pep now to go into the market and find a proper left back that suits his style of play. And I don't know if we're mentioning players. Are we mentioning players?
Yeah, of course can. Yeah,
we're gonna later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but just to throw a name out there, Marco Correa from Brighton. He would suit perfect for Man City. He would be perfect for them. If he goes there, if they actually look at him and get him in this transfer window, yeah, Man City are looking, even more dangerous than they look.
Look at that. Yeah, Spurs fan is actually likeable. That's funny.
No disrespect to Alice, I don't know you, Alice. I don't take this personal, but I love Pat, man. Always honest about all clubs. But carry on, Aaron.
No, love.
Yeah, so if City are really looking to be serious and really walk over this league, they should get Correa in because I think he's a brilliant left back. I've had a brief look at him when he was at Getafe, And I was like, who's this guy with the curly hair? Like, he just looked different.
You were scouting him from early, boy. You were scouting him from early.
Yeah. Version of Ivan Campo and that.
Yeah. And then
Right,
I also watched him play for the under-21s with Spain. I think it was last year during the Euros.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, this guy looks legit. And when I found out he came from Barcelona, I was like, yeah, this guy's due to come to the Prem. And then the links came about. He came to Brighton, and yeah, we've all seen how he does with Brighton. So if Man City slapped down the money on the table, they could easily get him.
Yeah. Do you know what?
I agree. I agree with you. The only thing I would say, right, but this would free it up, is we've needed a left back for a long time. Mendy, he's gone. We've wanted him gone for a long time anyway. He's definitely gone now. We played Zinchenko there. We played Delph there. We played Ake there once or twice. We've played, and now we're playing Cancelo.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Ake.
The thing for me is the only thing I would have said, and no one mentioned it, so I didn't put it in there, is the only other option would have actually to have been bringing in a right back, right, and said, you know what, Cancelo is now a left back. We're not going to see him as a right back no more. But because Walker, season in, season out, I've checked it. Walker's dropping 4 or 5 games a season since he's joined us. So, although he's keeping his fitness, his recovery time is lowering. Yeah, so it's going to continue to go that way. Now, I would say, if we can free up Cancelo to start becoming the natural long-term replacement for Walker, bring in a natural left back, that's fine. But either way, we need a full back. And from what is out there available, Cucurella looks like the one. I do hope he keeps Zinchenko the same way. But we still need cover. We've got to remember, this is not a Zinchenko replacement. This is not a Cancelo replacement. This is a
upgrading.
This is a Mendy replacement, right?
But you know,
of course, I forgot.
Number one left back. So
I forgot about him.
But you know what's mad with that? Yeah, Daps. Sorry, Ty. You know what's mad with that, Daps? Yeah, it's the fact that they have City have so much confidence in the quality of Cancelo as a left back. Even if he's not a left back, like that's just crazy to me to think that Daps can say with chest, let's just put Cancelo at left back for the whole season, or he's going to be our main left back, knowing that he's not a left back. It's just mad to me, man.
That goes to show the quality of Man City, though, because yes, left back has been, and I say it in inverted commas, a problematic area, but they got so many quality players. They just slot in, and it's not their natural position, but they can play it well. I think everyone's overlooking
it's because they know how to play Pep's style of football.
Yeah, they're good footballers. They're good footballers.
Yeah, it's the system, though. They know Pep's system so well that it's kind of like, this is a system. It doesn't. I think at the end of last season, when Pep said if Foden has to play centre back, he'll play centre back.
That's mad.
That little bit harder. But when you have people always say you can't judge Edison as a goalkeeper because predominantly we have possession. Now, if we have possession, you know how to play Pep style of football. Yeah. Sure, you might be better in different positions, but you know the system. And if most of our system is spent in the other person's half, if you watch our fullbacks, especially on the left, they drop in and become a central midfielder a lot of the time. So it's...
Do you know what? And that is bang on what I was going to say. With Cucurella, if you noticed towards the end of the season, Brighton were playing him as a left centre-back, which shows that he can drift in and play centrally. And also,
there you go.
When you look at Mendy as well, of course, what's happened with him is what's happened. But when you look at Man City and their forwards, for me, you've got the Grealish, you've got the Fodens. What Mendy used to do when he was in his first season, I remember his debut, I think, against Arsenal away. He holds the width so well when he does low-driven crosses. And I feel like with Cancelo, obviously he's naturally a right footer. With him, Cucurella coming in, holding that width wide, it allows Foden to come inside, play central, Grealish to drift inside because then they're holding the width.
What Mendy did,
I think Cucurella will be brilliant for you lot.
Mendy played football that suited Aguero. Them low crosses. Yeah. The minute Aguero left, Mendy just looked out. He had no number 9 to aim for, and then he did not suit Manchester City's style of football whatsoever
anymore.
Anyway.
And what you said there about. Yeah, so what Dap said about Pep's system and is very, it brought something to my mind. Pep's system is so clear and he drills that into every single player. And when you mentioned Foden being able to or potentially playing as a centre back, it doesn't sound crazy because I remember him at Bayern Munich, Pep at Bayern Munich. He had so many injuries that he just ended up playing Kimmich as a centre back for like 6 months. and Kimmich looked outstanding. And I'm
He's
talking
crazy.
about I'm talking about someone who's like my height, like 5'7". As a centre back, that's crazy. If your system is so clear and so good, you could play anybody anywhere, and that's what I like about Pep.
It comes in the brain, doesn't it? You think first, the rest comes with it. And I think
absolutely.
I think Man City for me would be my vote. I think, like Soup said in the comments, big up Soup. Arsenal definitely a worthy shout because I do think Kieran Tierney is a good player, but they always say availability is your best ability, and unfortunately for Arsenal, we've not been able to provide them that. And Nuno Tavares, yes, he's been okay in some games, but we saw the second half performance against Liverpool, which Callum remember at Anfield. It just showed that, if your team aiming for top 4 and wanting to be consistent, he's not that level. So for me, I will go with Man City, but I think Arsenal would be a worthy shout as well. So
you know what? I think it's crazy you lot are saying. I think it's crazy you lot are saying Man City. It has to be Arsenal because for me, Man City don't need a left back because they got so many good. I think Man City's recruitment is so good, and like you guys have all alluded to, lots of players can play in lots of interchangeable roles because they are that good and the quality is there. Arsenal has struggled at left back for a long time because Kieran Tierney is a good left back, but he's always injured. Tavares, the quality dips dramatically. Then they even having to play Tomiyasu there sometimes, and Xhaka's even had to fill in there. So how are you guys not saying Arsenal? For me, it's mental.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
Xhaka had to drop back there sometimes.
Exactly. So when you think about it like that, Arsenal have to, for me, out of all the teams, they should be the first shout.
But then Arsenal did spend a lot of money on Tierney. How much did they pay for him again? I can't remember.
They paid about 20-ish, and
something like that.
But he's always injured though.
Yeah. No, actually, you're right. I didn't think of that. What
were you thinking, Callum, on that? I'll let you round it up.
It's going to sound like I'm digging out Man City, but because of what they are and the heights that they want to get to, for me, that left-back spot's important. And I can speak on that from going from Milner to Robertson, for example. Like the uptake and what it did for Liverpool. Like, it can't go unnoticed. And like, look, imagine having Cancelo from the right or Walker from the right, and then you have a Cucurella, even someone like a Jose Luis Gaya from Valencia as well.
Yeah, great shout.
That's a shout.
Like, good players. Like, on the left, like, and look, I'm saying this through gritted teeth because I don't want Man City to improve. I don't need that to happen. But if I'm looking at
it's bro, no one's watching it. Don't worry.
This is a big But if I'm taking my bias hat off, for Man City to go from being a 9 out of 10 to a 9.5, I don't believe you can get 10 out of 10. It's just not. It's not possible in football. But to go from a 9 to a 9.5, that left back spot for me. If they go and get a bad boy left back, it's up with Haaland as well.
And Callum, that is key to this because the whole thing of this is relevant to your club and what your club's trying to achieve.
Yeah,
and we can't be looking at the City team now thinking we want to achieve another Premier League. There's reasons why we need to address certain situations because we want to do something else, right? And so that is why that extra 0.5, is what we need to. You're spot on. That's what you're right.
100%. I think we're going to go with Man City then on the left back. Like I said, people, over 70 of you watching right now, please make sure you smash the like and subscribe. So Grizz coming, big up Grizz every time. Big Six thanks as well. Big up once and congrats on the monetization. And like I said, make sure you like and subscribe to the video and all the channels below. We've got Views, we've got Kopish, we've got Aaron's channel there as well. So show love to us, show love to them. You get me? So let's keep rolling with the show. We're going to go to left.
No, centre back.
Yeah,
centre back.
We're going to go to centre back.
What position did you put up? I can't remember. Was it a 5 or a 4?
No, it's 4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Okay, cool.
So something we can all work with. 4-3-3. I'll go with centre back and I'll start and I'm gonna have to throw Chelsea in there. Like I think it's a unanimous one. Like
it has to be
right now. And
they've lost Rudiger and Christensen, haven't they?
Yeah, Rudiger's obviously gone already. Christensen looks like
we're going with both.
Yeah. And
we're going with both Chelsea.
Okay, interesting. Okay, we'll come to that.
No, I don't think so. I'm
gonna say one for Chelsea because I think that with Thiago Silva being the only experienced one there,
they played 3 at the back.
You've got Christensen basically going Rudiger. You've got basically Chalobah, who could be, and I want to throw it out there, could be like another Tomori, where he goes abroad and all of a sudden plays consistently for 30 games for 2 seasons. You're like, oh, you've got a player there. You never know. But I don't trust Chalobah in this team to say, right, you're going to guide you to a Champions League or a Premier League title. And then other than that, what you're looking at Aspilicueta potentially slotting in. You've got Malang Sarr, who I'll be honest with you, isn't good enough for Chelsea. Chelsea need a centre back.
This is third place. They've got. If we're talking about what people want to achieve,
they want
to
to
third place. Want to push up. So.
Yeah, they need a centre back.
They do.
I think that's unanimous. If I'm honest, I think the second centre back is the interesting one. Chelsea was guaranteed from all of us. But what are you guys saying about the second one? That's you, right?
No, go to Callum first.
Callum? Yeah, Callum.
I'm gonna be real. Chelsea need 2.
Yeah.
No, I actually rate Chalobah. Do you know what game did it for me? Was the League Cup final when he had to play against Diaz. He looked really good. He looked really good in that final. But is he going to give you that over the course of the season for you to go from third to second or first? I don't think so. Obviously, the second team is Man United, but do you know what?
Okay.
Man United. I mean, you guys know my thoughts on Maguire, surely. Like, Varane, I still rate Varane. I think Varane just had one of those seasons where it's not worked out yet. I think the hate Varane gets is because of the reputation he's come with. I rate Varane highly, and I'm not going to stop rating him until I see a natural decline. But Chelsea, like, if they're going to play 3 at the back, they need at least 2 centre backs this summer. In my opinion.
They do.
They have to. And we've seen them playing with 4 at the back. They don't look the same outfit under Tuchel. So for me, it's got to be Chelsea. But Maguire's creeping up fast behind, bro.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Maguire, I don't even want to talk about it. People know that he makes my hairline go even more back than what it is. So I'll go to Aaron on this one second. What do you think about Aaron with the centre back situation? Obviously, United have been not going to get onto transfers and stuff like that, but obviously Timber we looked at, Power Troy apparently and stuff like that. Do you think that United, or do you think even Chelsea, like Callum and Daps have both said, need 2 centre backs? Or is there a curveball?
No, I totally agree with Cal, man. I think Chelsea need at least 2, especially with the system that they're playing in. I don't think Tuchel will change anything. I think he'll stick to the 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. So yeah, you're not, unfortunately, with the number of games they have this season coming now, I don't think Chalobah will be able to play every single game. Like you mentioned there earlier, Malang Sarr, not really a big fan of. I don't think the Chelsea fans are either. Who else?
They're Chelsea. They're Chelsea August vibes.
Yeah, and also obviously they've
when Chelsea all of a sudden screaming in August that these guys that are coming in are good enough to win the league, and then all of a sudden by January they're saying then that we're having to play our reserve players.
By November.
That's it.
Right, you're being generous with January. That's
and yeah, so and obviously they've lost Rudiger. They're losing. Is Azpilicueta leaving or is he staying? I think he's staying.
It's one of those ones where
he's got a natural centre back still.
Okay, so we're talking.
It's not going to get any better, is it?
Yeah, so we're talking about natural centre back. So yeah, Rudiger's gone, who was their best defender by far. Thiago Silva, I rate him, but again, he can't play every single game.
Yeah.
So yeah, I agree with Cal, man. They need at least 2, if not 3.
Okay.
Just to have a backup. Just to have a backup.
Big up Mo with this
hold tight, Mo. Mo's comment below kind of confirms it as well, that we're talking about
there you go.
replacing Rudiger and Christensen. We have to be honest, Thiago Silva's not spring chicken as well, so we can't be relying on him to play every single game as well.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Obviously, that's chucked in the Chelsea 2 centre backs. I was thinking no one's going to agree, but Callum and Aaron have. I'm not going to say I don't disagree. I think your logic, all your 3 logic is correct. But Pat, I didn't pick Spurs as a right back because I think Spurs need a centre back for me. And I'll tell you, I think when you've got Romero, who, by the way, I think is going to be top 5 centre backs in the world in the next
really good centre back.
I went to the Argentina-Italy game at Wembley last week.
Okay.
Just watching his aura for a player of his height. He's great in 1v1. He's quick. He's commanding. And you know what? He's tenacious as a centre back. He likes to get stuck in, no fear. Yes, he might get a yellow card, but you need that Ricardo Carvalho, but quicker version. And I think you've got, you know what I'm saying? And you've got like Eric Dyer, who I actually think is slotted in well as a back 3. And Ben Davis, I'm not going to gun Ben Davis at all. He gives you 7 out of 10 every week. He's a consistent player. You know
he's a steady Eddie, but you can improve on him. Yeah, he's a steady Eddie, but you can improve on him.
Fried breakfast on a Sunday morning every week. John Hart. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I hear you.
I just feel like you need a good centre back that's going to be with Romero, and you're like every week when you see your starting lineup, Pat, you're like, I am very content with this. Every week you're a bit like,
Yeah,
so
yeah, 100%.
in the back three, if you had got Bastoni, I would have been like, yes, great. So I'm gonna go with Spurs.
Yeah, we're looking at LCB, so we're looking at Bastoni, Bremer. There's a few, like even Torres has been linked to us, so we're looking at getting a quality one in. But I'm not gonna lie, if you're looking at the two centre back positions, I would have said Chelsea and Man United. That would have been my two.
Okay.
Because let's be real, Maguire, and the thing is, I really liked Maguire when he was at Leicester. I liked him in his first year at United, but the decline has been steady. And
I mean, now at United.
But that's the thing. And like all jokes aside, people like him for the wrong reasons. He gets bantered left, right, and centre. He's getting toasted on international duty. He's getting toasted at United. He's just not good enough, man. And there has to be a time where you bite the bullet and just say, you know what? I know he spent 80 million and he's meant to be your captain, but if United want to go to that next level, which under Ten Hag they can do, he has to go, man. And I don't think Ten Hag will stand for that shit much longer if he's going to keep playing the way he's playing. So, for me,
you're bang on. I think that's what he needs to be brave in.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough call. Of course it is, because he is the, you know, I hate to use this word franchise player signing and all of that crap, but there comes a point where you have to just say, you know what, it's not working out and you have to drop him. So for me, I would say Chelsea and United. Personally.
Okay, so I think it's Chelsea then, because we've got three for Chelsea, one for Spurs, and one for United. So that's the goalkeeper, the defense sorted out. We're gonna move on to defensive midfielder as well. But people, if you're locked in right now, make sure you're smashing the like and subscribe. And if you've just joined us, I can see there's 70 of you watching right now. The concept of the show is what teams need to fill these positions the most. So far, we have got to this: goalkeeper, nice. Manchester United, left back Cucurella, centre back Chelsea, and right back Spurs. Also, I just want to do a silent but loud shout out for Suits on the buttons right now, smashing it with the artwork and everything. Part of the Never
Suits.
Come on, Suits.
So yeah, my big up Suits.
You are allowed to talk.
Yeah, he's here, man. He's here, man.
You are allowed to talk.
He's in his nest now. He's in his hive. But yeah, people, as you can see so far, we've got these positions locked in, and I'm going to get onto the DM. And like I said, keep supporting Never a Foul and all the channels below we've got for the man them in the panel. Right.
Well, let's not do DM. Yeah, let's do
DM's the hardest one, you know. DM's the hardest.
No, that's actually an easy one, you know. To be honest.
No. Now I think about it, it's the easiest one.
Yeah. DM's gonna get gritty, man. We got to get into this. I'll start with this one.
It's not my team, so I'm fine.
DM for me has to be Manchester United, and I'm
right,
gonna say,
yeah. Can we all just say yeah, then move on? Can we all just say yeah? Move on. Just move on.
Move on. Next one.
Move on.
I'm gonna summarize in 10 seconds. We've never replaced Michael Carrick. Simple as that. And the best version of Michael Carrick we had that we sold was Daily Blind, and we've sold him. So for me, we've never had.
It's fair to say that in Carrick you actually had a Rodri as well.
I love Carrick. Underrated.
He was so
underrated, man.
He was so smooth, man.
Let's just throw him in there, man.
Yeah. DM unanimous United.
Unanimous.
Yeah.
Two number 8s. Patrick, we've got 4-3-3 formation. Obviously a DM.
Yeah.
I'm going to start with you on the first other position in midfield because you haven't had a goal yet.
I would say Tottenham, man. We're lacking that creativity. We only play with 2 in midfield. And I know Bentancur's come in, and don't get me wrong, he's been brilliant. Højbjerg is that steel and grit, but he's not great at moving the ball forward and rotating the ball. So I would say for the system that we play and the amount of players we have in midfield, we need it's difficult because you need a solid DM, but you also need someone with a lot of creativity, because the creativity for us comes through Kane and Kulusevski. But someone in midfield should be threading those balls. Kane shouldn't have to keep dropping that deep. Do you know what I mean? So I would have to put us there, man.
I think this is when Daps, I big up Daps, thought of this show. I was like at work thinking of like who I'd put in my head in the midfield. And after the DM, I was like, this is for me going to be the most interesting debate. Callum, what are you thinking about the number 8s? Because even for Liverpool, let's be honest, it's not plain sailing in that department either.
Far from it, bro. I need a new centre midfielder.
I need you.
You know when you said that, Cal, I felt it.
I know. I need
it. I can't. Someone on our show recently, I think it was someone called Calsnet Oami. We haven't signed a central midfielder since 2018.
No,
Raw.
Thiago surely is.
Sorry, one since 2018. Sorry, Daps. Yeah, you're right. But still, one since 2018, guys.
Wow.
Liverpool, come on. Liverpool's got. I know there's two positions. There's 2 8s here. Liverpool's got to fill one, guys. Like it has to.
Callum,
Like I love Henderson. But
as a Liverpool fan, yeah, being honest, like considering the fact you just said one centre midfielder since 2018, the fact that, give Liverpool credit as much as I hate him, but we're talking about football here. You've maintained your level for so many years. In terms of 5 years in this modern era, is still good with you in City. Considering you've only signed one midfielder, don't you think that you got to give credit to Klopp and how he's maintained the standard so high for that time, innit?
no, of course, but brother, I need the Premier and the Champions League in my life.
I agree with you.
Like,
Thank Klopp by giving him another one.
Yeah,
because if the board, it won't be Klopp, it'll be the board. I'm telling you that.
I know we don't
No,
do it.
you know what
It's
that's- Klopp's in there with it as well. I can't let Klopp any. I can't let him off anymore. Just sign a new contract. That's if I'm not happy at my workplace and then I go and sign a new contract to stay at my workplace, I can't then complain about the facility.
Yeah,
That's the one I always use.
I like him. Yeah, the people, if you're locked in right now, we also do Bible talk as well, so big up Callum.
Bible
But no, Callum, just quickly, right? I don't want to talk about transfers, but as a Liverpool fan, who is there one name for you that stands out? What midfielder you want? Because I know there's a few names that circle around, but there's no one that anyone's like, I want him.
I need two. I know I'm being greedy. I want two. I need a box to box and I need a creator.
But that's what I mean. You're saying that, but is there a name for you that you're like, as a Liverpool fan, I want him?
Fabio Vieira.
Okay, Porto, right? Yeah.
Reminds me a lot of Bernardo.
Yeah. The agile sort of
Sexy Kante.
Sorry?
Sexy Kante.
Fabio Vieira, you know, from Porto, Aaron.
I haven't really watched Porto a lot this season, but
Yeah, fair. Okay, and that's what about you? I'll come to you. In terms of midfield, what are you? Obviously, Patrick said Spurs. Callum has said his own team, Liverpool. This is why I thought this one would be the most interesting. You're fine in that department at the moment.
Yeah, you're wicked. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah.
I was thinking this earlier, and you just throw me off. I don't even want to put United there, neither, to be honest with you. So I don't. Right. United City. Do you know what? I'll be honest. I still question. I think. Sorry, Mo. I know you're watching, and Mo's my brother, but I think the issues at Chelsea is very, very big.
Chelsea's
I don't just think
That's a fair shout. That's a fair shout.
I mean, I'm a big Kovacic fan, but Kante's going off the boil.
Yeah.
Jorginho's going off the boil. There's issues creatively. I mean, look, we can all blame Lukaku, but I don't think Lukaku's getting no amazing delivery that anyone can scream about. Liverpool's a fair shout, but I just probably and I think Tottenham's a fair shout because Tottenham's whereas with City, our three or four in midfield is strong.
Is that comment?
That comment.
Every time you post something, turns around and grins at us. But I think with Tottenham, I think Pat sums it up. With the front three, it's sensational, but behind them. It's not
exactly.
But I, if I'm honest, I want to put Chelsea in the mix because I don't. I think there's a lot wrong with Chelsea. A lot wrong with Chelsea.
I agree with that.
Yeah, it's hard because Claudio messaged me earlier saying Chelsea straight away because you look at Kanye's getting on with injuries. Jorginho might potentially. Who are you telling me they're not great? Apart from Kovacic. Yeah, lost his cheek.
That's actually a very good point.
No, Loftus-Cheek can't be in a conversation anymore, man. It's been too many years where he's not made the cut. It's too many years now.
Because I don't want to just agree with everyone, I want to make it even more interesting dynamic. Obviously, I'm going to just throw Arsenal in there because you've got Xhaka and you've got Partey and you've got Odegaard. But for me, I feel like they need someone else to go in.
Apparently, they were offering. Apparently, when Arteta went in for Zinchenko, he was offering Zinchenko to play in his preferred role in central midfield.
Yeah, I heard that.
I think I read that as well. Yeah,
I read that as well. Yeah,
it's like I was thinking at first, and I thought, yeah, fair point to be fair, but I mean,
yeah, I just go.
So most of it's apart from City and United, bizarrely.
Because you've got Partey and Xhaka, who for me I call them like economical midfielders. You know we're going to get safe passes. Yes, Partey can hit a few long ranges, but they're just steady in the midfield. They don't really break the knife. But you've got Odegaard. But when Odegaard's not firing, it's like, who can you really bring on? Who's got that dynamic? And I just feel like they need a solid number 8 in there to play alongside Partey and Odegaard. Maybe with someone like Basuma, for example. I just think all of a sudden you've got a Rubik's Cube and it just twists it a bit and it just gives you something. Do you know what I mean? So I'm gonna throw Arsenal in there. Obviously, you've just said Chelsea. We've got Pat with Tottenham and Callum with Liverpool. So Aaron, it's over to you.
I think I'm gonna go with Chelsea as well. I agree with Daps. I'm a big fan of Kovacic as well. But I think the injury. Shout out to Lewis, man. But I think, and even Lewis will agree, but the injuries in terms of Kovacic are just too much, man. I think he's been absent for a lot of games, and I think when he's not playing, I don't watch Chelsea day in, day out, or week in, week out, but you can tell that little bit of creativity is just gone, and I don't think you can rely on someone like a Billy Gilmore, who I know Chelsea just triggered his extension.
They were screaming about him. I remember that.
You know, I had someone tell me once that, or on a show I had someone write in saying, who was it? It was saying that Arsenal needed Billy Gilmore to take him to a challenging level, challenging for the league. Billy Gilmore would change it.
I know a few Norwich fans and they weren't happy with him.
Norwich fans weren't really too happy.
No,
I think
Norwich fans weren't impressed with him at all.
I think there was a game where I think they played. I can't remember who they played, and I think they played Chelsea, and he wasn't allowed to play, and they were losing at half time, and he was caught laughing, and that video, that footage made the rounds on the internet, and Norwich fans were furious. So. But then that doesn't take away from the fact that he's a really good player and I like him. But I just don't think you can rely on him for a whole season. So I think Chelsea really need that number 8. Who they're gonna get?
They're getting Gallagher back. Don't forget, Gallagher's coming back. He was Crystal Palace's player of the season.
That's a fair one.
Okay, so if we've got 2 8s, we'll go with Chelsea with one of them because obviously that's a bit more unanimous.
Yeah.
Then we all split on the other position, which is where it gets a bit.
Where are we going? That's difficult, man.
Rivals look viral.
Well, hold on. I think the question to answer is, Patrick, how many number 8s do Tottenham need?
1. We just need 1. We need a creative.
Callum.
2.
Okay, like Liverpool then.
Liverpool. And Liverpool haven't been in it yet.
Liverpool need to get someone in. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not doing combined 11s and having 8 Liverpool players. I'm not going to sit and do it, Callum. I'm sorry.
Every week. I love that. Like I said, people, make sure you are liking, subscribing, Daps and Ty in the cut with Soups as well. Never a foul. We just hit 2.8 subs. Someone just said in the comments. So big up everyone.
Come on, man.
And subscribing. Like I said, people, the concept so far, if you've just joined us, I see the numbers have gone up as well. 80 watching. We are talking about starting 11. What teams need to fill these positions the most? We've gone from goalkeeper to left back and through the defense, and we've just done the 3-man midfield. Can you throw up the? Can you? Throw it up. Let's see it.
Soups, can we?
Do you know what? Let's see.
It's coming up right now.
It's coming up. Pause.
Pause. Everyone in the cave, you can't be saying that.
Pause.
I'm not gonna lie, if I came on here and you lot didn't drop a number 8 position for Liverpool, I'd have sent Daps a nasty WhatsApp message still.
Don't say that in the comments. They're gonna boot off again, Callum.
I love that. Let me just quickly respond to this as well. Thunderbolt says doing Love Island watch along. This is better than Love Island. That's all I'm saying.
That was not anymore. It's good content now.
I love it, man. Exactly. So this is where
we're here we go.
Okay,
Chelsea dominating so far.
Well, United's a push. Arsenal, I think Arsenal aren't because no one cares.
We'll get to Arsenal in a bit.
They definitely have to take that striker spot for me.
If you want to never found on Twitter, I will put this up on the Twitter tomorrow morning and see what people think.
Definitely put that out.
Give us your views. But yes, like I said, people, look, 3-man midfield and a back 4 and a goalkeeper there. So we're gonna go straight on to the attack. And
just something I think we need to clear up here as well. We're going the here and now today.
Today. None of that. So right now, today, and like I said, people, make sure you like and subscribing, and also supporting all the guys down below. Their channels are there. Go on, hit their
socials are there. Everything's
there. Everything's there. So, you're supporting us and supporting them. Callum, go on, man.
Just on that, because obviously I want to get the criteria right. Are we speaking as that Liverpool haven't got Núñez, even though
I think we have got him because he's pretty much done and dusted.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
we've
that
got-
one
we've got-
looks
we've got it now.
cushy.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest, we've been here for Keir, so I'm not gonna get too ahead of myself.
Big up Jerry inside as well. Says big up Suits with the quick graphics. Legend. Trust me.
Safe Jerry, big up.
Yeah, man. Big legend in the building. Love that. Right then. So we're going to go on to attack. We'll take striker for the end. That.
Cool.
You want to go with left wing or right wing? I think you have a little pick. What you go with? And we'll let Aaron have it.
Right, let's go Arsenal and let's go left wing.
Imagine said Arsenal, you know. Left wing.
No, I'm sorry. Because
Well, you know, Saka plays left wing though, right? You know, all the Arsenal people are going to come for you.
Apparently,
Does he?
but
Well,
this is the thing.
well,
Every
allegedly,
time
that's
I
where
talk
Saka
about-
plays.
Every Arsenal channel I do where we talk about Jesus and I talk about how he's best wide right, they tell me, oh yeah, but that would mean we have to drop Saka because he can't play left. So, I mean, based on that, I'm saying Arsenal.
So what? You're left wing.
Left wing Arsenal.
Oh, you're
This
straight.
comment.
You know,
I
I love
like-
it. You know
I
what?
like
I love it.
Martinelli.
That's just like this. That's just like Arsenal. Straight to the bag. Go on, Callum.
I like Martinelli. I think Martinelli's good. I think he will end up moving on to a bigger and better club. But I rate Martinelli. For me,
So, fair point.
I'm trying to think left wing. I know he hasn't necessarily performed this season, but I think Sancho's a fantastic footballer, and I think he'll play left wing for Man United next season.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to put Man United in there. Son obviously is as certified as you get, and I think Diaz is 30 as well.
Yeah.
Chelsea.
I think it has to be them again. Yeah.
Who plays left wing for Chelsea at the moment? Who's their starting?
Exactly, Patrick.
I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Not even no shade. I'm actually
Sometimes
just
they
saying.
have
Trying to
Werner
think.
there. Sometimes they have Mount on the left. It's just not.
Yeah, it has to be Chelsea then. It has to
The,
be.
the,
has
the
to be
reason why
Chelsea.
Werner don't work there is we were just speaking about them lacking number 8s, and then
Can't get the
you
ball
want
to
to
him.
play. You
Yeah,
want to
behind
play
him,
kind of Werner, who's not really, he's not winger.
No.
So all of a sudden, it's
Yeah.
like, what they actually offer? Where is their creativity? So I think, that's a fair point.
Yeah, it
Big
has
up
to be.
Bailey. It was a brilliant show so far.
Nice,
Thank you so
nice
much.
one.
Come on, man.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
go.
love that. Big up everyone inside. Aaron, what are you thinking about the left wing? I think Callum said a great point. Like, even United can't be there. You've got Rashford, you've got Sancho, you have got options. Spurs have got Son nailed down. Liverpool have got Diaz, and we know City have got options. Do you think Chelsea is a shout?
I definitely agree, man. Chelsea need a left winger, man. Like Cal said, who plays left wing for Chelsea? Who played left wing for Chelsea for 2 or 3 games in a row?
Obviously, United not getting in this year.
It's true. You can't
Because-
actually say a name.
They're playing Havertz, they're playing Mount,
Pulisic
they're playing
sometimes
Werner,
plays there.
Pulisic, and
Yeah.
none of them have solidified their spot at that position.
Sorry, this comment here, man. It's good.
Callum, Aaron, can I just ask you there? Because obviously I've met Lewis through Kopish, right? And when we did the
Big up
camera
Lewis.
show.
Yeah.
And since I've met Lewis, I love Lewis to bits, right? But since I've met him, Chelsea haven't really been performing, and he's so negative. But is he usually like start
No.
the season? What was he? Start
He's
the season,
shameless,
was he
bro.
like-
You see when they win trophies and that, he's the first to talk. He's shameless.
I've seen him in the belt and that.
Bro, and I can vouch for this because for a whole season, at least up until
He's real
they
though.
got knocked out, of the Champions League, every single week on Kopish, we had to hear Lewis's introduction finish off with Champions of Europe. So, so when Cal says he's shameless, Lewis is shameless, but I love him to bits as well.
Like he's probably he's probably the most real Chelsea fan I know.
Okay,
Absolutely.
There's only 20 other Chelsea fans. Anyway.
Absolutely, but with that being said, I think Chelsea definitely need a left winger.
Yeah,
And
think
obviously, the rumors, obviously, not trying to talk about transfers too much, but obviously the links with Dembele are there. It would make sense to me if he goes there. It would. He's played under Tuchel already at Dortmund. Tuchel knows him, knows how to get the best out of him. I mean, that duo, him, Dembele and Aubameyang at Dortmund, that was devastating. My goodness.
Did you know as well, Aaron, like with Dembele, when you look at it, everyone's always worried about his injury record. This is probably the fittest since Christmas I've ever seen him in the last 4
Absolutely.
years. Yeah.
And it's a proof to everyone that if you manage to keep him fit, the guy is absolutely
Unplayable.
dangerous as ever.
he's so
Unplayable.
so quick as well.
I don't think people realize. The pace is
Yeah,
frightening, bro.
it is. I was so shocked. Considering he's always meant to be injured, when he come back, he's gone. He's so rapid.
Bro,
he's
he's
crazy.
Gone. Yeah. So
he's gone.
if Chelsea managed to get him in, that would be a very, very good signing.
Yeah, 100%. Pat, what are your thoughts on this? Obviously, you're quite set at the moment. This is where Spurs are quite strong in terms of Kulusevski, the starting 11.
Yeah, I think our front three kind of speaks for itself. I would probably say Chelsea. The fact that I was questioning you guys and saying who starts at left wing or wide forward on the left side for Chelsea, I legitimately can't tell you. I know they've got quality in attack, but I couldn't tell you who's set in that left side. So for me, it has to be Chelsea. It has to be.
Yeah.
If we're looking at the top teams, it has to be.
Yeah,
Man. It has to be.
If I was to throw a curveball and someone said a second team, I was actually just going to say West Ham, because I feel like Bowen and Antonio have got that
That's a good shout.
That's a good shout as well. That's a good
with
shout.
Benrahma and Lanzini, it's just a bit like they need a bit of gear 5 in their team, and I just don't feel. I don't think they've got that at the moment. So if West Ham need somewhere to improve, I think it would be left wing. Right, we're going to go to right wing. And I'll start this one. Callum, you'll start the striker one. Don't worry.
These last two positions, it better be the red side of Manchester, because how Man United do not have more players in this team right now. This is what happens when you have a panel with two Man United. You lot stay quiet too much.
Nah, they've been balanced. To be fair, the Man United, the guys have been good. They've been balanced.
That's it's like he set me up perfectly on chapter 1. I was gonna say Man United, and we do
say it then, Bo.
No. we need a right winger. We signed Jadon Sancho, like Callum said, to play on the right wing. We found out that he's better on the left, and now we're stuck here.
I know what this is. Don't you dare!
No, wait.
I'm not
going to do it because Martial don't play on the right.
Don't you dare! Don't that man's name into this topic.
Me and Aaron will talk about Martial in a few months when he's banging. But anyway, on a real, with Man United, you've got Ahmad. You've got Pelestri, who are youngsters who I don't think will make the cut yet. And then you've got obviously Sancho now playing on the left. And you've got Elanga and Rashford potentially. It's not good enough for Manchester United. We all know we need a right winger. We've been craving it for years. Can we get by for 1 year with Ten Hag maybe implementing something? I don't know. But we obviously need to sort out positions. For me, I'm actually going to go away from the top 6. This is the one where I was at work and I was thinking, do you know what? Who really needs a right winger when they want to be going for top 10 and potentially?
Hold on. I've got someone in my head outside the top 6 as well, and I hope it's not.
I'm going to go with Newcastle United. And I've got to mix it up, because when you look at Newcastle, right, and you look at Eddie Howe and the job he's done, and obviously they're finishing strong this year, they've got St. Maximin, who, yes, people criticise. However, I like him because
next Marshall.
I like him in terms of, but there's context to it. I like him in terms of he causes chaos, and I get the end product ain't there. But if you put him in a better team, it attracts players to him that could open up space for others. You've got Callum Wilson and Chris Wood. Callum Wilson can get you 15 goals a season. Chris Wood, aerial threat, might not cut it. But however, when you go on their right-hand side and you look at Almiron, who, yes, he works hard, I get it. And then you've got Ryan Fraser as well, come through Bournemouth. For me, Newcastle, with new owners and the way they're going to spend, they're wanting to break in the top 10. And I feel like they need someone on the right to say, right, I've got St. Maximin Wilson and XYZ on that right. That's a nice little front three. So I'm going to say,
that could be a very good signing for them.
Fantastic.
Who did you say, Callum?
So, Callum, before you or Patrick talk, can I just say, listen, Aaron and Ty have just been very clever and put down 2 votes.
Oh no, they're not going to get away with it, bro.
Don't let them
I've got my list in front of me. They're not getting away with it.
You get what I'm saying, though, innit?
No, it's legit. It's legit.
You're not going to get away with it, though.
I'm just trying to get that with it.
Well, you can't walk out of the house with gas and matches and say, "Oh no, I didn't burn it." Like, you're not getting away with it.
Aaron, don't like it. You back me there slightly. Good man.
Come on.
I'll go to you, Callum. Then who are you gonna throw in?
Again, it's Chelsea or Man United. Again, Chelsea. You could argue Ziyech, but Ziyech ain't performed to what everyone said he was gonna perform. Mount on the right doesn't work. Just like Lewis is right, Chelsea's attack is stinking out the place right now. But you guys, I'm sorry, it's bad. Like that, the fact that you're linked with Anthony makes sense, because Sancho, Anthony, and a striker makes sense. Obviously, you haven't got Anthony yet, so I've got to go United, man. Like, Si's got to run on that side for United.
Go on, Patrick. Spit some
Yeah,
facts.
yeah. I'm gonna go United as well, but my curveball is Everton.
Okay.
Because Everton, no one's really talked about them, but they
Is there
stunk up the
relegation
place.
for them?
They were a team that should have never been in the relegation zone when you think of the players that they got there. You know, yes, I know they're pretenders and they do flatter to deceive, but they should have never been in the relegation scrap. And when you look at that, right, you can't really call who plays there. I know Richarlison sometimes plays there. Damari Gray has played there. They've had all sorts of players playing there. So for me, with the amount of money Everton has spent as well, they should definitely have a better right-sided forward or winger. So I'm going to go Everton. I would have put them there, but the fact that Man United are as big as they are and they don't have a quality, it hurts me to say this because I loved Rashford and I think he's such a good player, but he's lost his way. And I hope he does find his way under Ten Hag, but it has to be United right now with Everton a close second.
I'll be honest with you. I think Rashford. Yeah, I think Rashford suits Everton. Right wing.
I've been saying it. I think
Take it however you want it. I think Rashford suits Everton.
I've been saying that Rashford needs a new environment.
I think so as well.
Not to say that I want him at my club. No, I just think for himself, he needs a completely new environment because the Manchester United environment for him is just not good. Do you know what I mean? Big up Statman Baines as well in the comments.
Shout out to Stat.
I just don't think Man United, the Man United environment for him is good at the moment. But because of the attachment, because he came through the academy, scored on all his debuts, and I think, and I've always said this, that the club is, in my opinion, trying to push Rashford to play as many games as possible so that at the end of his career, they can say, Rashford played 500 games for Man United. Rashford played 300 games. They're really trying to push this narrative. So I think just for him, he needs to move away from Manchester United. It's just best for him because personally, I don't see him getting better under Ten Hag. That's what I personally think.
Oh, okay.
Not because
I would give him another year, Aaron. One more year.
Not because he doesn't have the ability, but because of all the off the field stuff. I think he's way too busy with what's going on off the pitch. And I personally think it looks like he's found another job away from football. He's found another full-time job, in my opinion. So it's taken up all of his time. He doesn't really have time to focus on football. Yeah, I just think it's best for him to start somewhere else, start new. Even if it's on loan for a whole season, by all means, do that.
The only thing I would say on that, sorry, I don't want to defend a United player. I'm not even that. I love what Rashford did off the pitch. Let me be clear, but there's a few players I think Newcastle could come in for, but I think Newcastle's owners are already maybe moving a bit of a higher level more than when City first got money. We were just buying anyone. Whereas I think Newcastle with it, to be fair. But with Rashford, do you think the fact that Lingard's gone, the fact that Pogba's gone, the fact that maybe one or two of his friends have gone, the fact that new managers coming in, it could change for him?
I agree with what you're saying in terms of, I feel like this year, World Cup year, he's not in the squad at the moment, but I feel like he knows within himself, and I feel the club do, that it's like a make or break point. He's 24, he's in his natural development now, and he's played in the left. He can't play up front. We know he can't hold up the ball and do the link-up play. I just feel like with Ten Hag, we're at a point now where Aaron will probably agree that we've got a proper coach now, as you know. We worked with Ten Hag.
He's a proper coach.
If Ten Hag can't get the best out of him, then I don't believe anyone can. So this is the last year.
I think you'll know. So in that case, you'll know by the transfer deadline.
And you know what? Well,
if he's put on the market by transfer deadline,
he hasn't signed a new deal. You know his contract runs out next year. He hasn't signed a new deal yet.
And I think this is where I agree with Daps because, like he said, his friends Lingard and Pogba are gone, and I think that should be a sign to him that maybe I need to get myself together here and wake up because I can be next. If I don't sign a new contract, I can be next out. By next year, if he doesn't step up, he'll be gone.
He will.
Do you know what I mean? So I think this is a wake-up call for him now that his friends are gone. And like you mentioned, Ty, the World Cup's coming up. I'm assuming he wants to be in that squad. I'm assuming he wants to be in the competition, a major competition with England playing, because let's not forget, he didn't really play with England in the Euros. He didn't.
No,
He was far down in the pecking order. Well, in my opinion, he shouldn't have gone in the first place because of his injury. But he hasn't really played in a major competition for England yet.
Yeah.
So I think he would want to do that at the age of 24. So this is a great wake-up call for him to get himself together, get his head down, work hard, prove yourself under the new manager, and who knows what can happen.
People have to,
And if
you know what? This 2 months here, right? So we're June. This 2 months here for many players is a massive 2 months because this 2 months is get yourself into that team, get yourself in reckoning for a position the whole season, or if not, get yourself a move ASAP and get to a team where you will start and where you
100%.
will get into the team. Because this is a unique position for many players where they actually have a couple of months of the season before they get picked for their country. So I think with Jesus, I think there's relevance to why Jesus isn't doing what Sterling's doing and trying to run down. I think Sterling's going to run down his contract. I don't think Jesus will, because I think Jesus wants to go somewhere, play, and cement his team in that position.
And that's a very good point, and it explains why a lot of rumors and deals that players linked to clubs. It explains why it's so slow, quote unquote, this transfer window, because a lot of players are thinking, if I move, am I going to be playing? Am I going to be playing every week? Am I going to be picked for the squad for the World Cup? Because I want to go, I want to play.
Like Timber, Aaron, like with him, they're like Maguire and Varane. It's like, am I definitely going to start?
Exactly. I understand.
And at 20 years of age, you don't want to stall your development. It's about increasing.
Wait a year.
And I understand why Timber would hesitate, because he's thinking, hold on, I'm starting for Haaland. If I go to Man United and I have a poor 3 months, is Van Gaal going to pick me?
Yeah.
So I hate to say it, you can go deeper than that, and we can go back away from football for a second and think agents are in ears. Agents are talking about wages, right? And like I've even said this with Sterling. If Sterling waits a year, Sterling's best numbers was when he was playing alongside Aguero, right? If Sterling stays for another year playing alongside Haaland, his numbers might increase, which means his wage. Firstly, his wage is going to increase next summer anyway if he goes on a free. But secondly, if his numbers go through the roof, all of a sudden, the wage he can demand is higher. Same with some of these players like Timber. If he stays and has a good World Cup, all of a sudden his wage is an extra 50k a week.
That's true. That's true.
And there will be agents in ears saying these type of things to them. 100%.
It's not just about the player. You're right. Okay. Well, guys, like I said, brilliant concept here. Like I said, so far we've got one more position to pick.
Sorry, who was that? Who did we go with?
Yeah, who we going with on the right?
I think it has to be Man United.
United, cool.
Me and you, Pat, wild card, but it's got
through a wild card, but it had to be United, man. It has to be.
Yeah.
People, like I said, make sure you like and subscribe. There's still over 70 of you watching. I love that you chose to over Love Island, so big up. Random in there anyway. So
David. There we go.
Like I said, we've got Kopish, we've got Aaron United, we've got Views TV, and obviously Never a Foul here. So we're back for 2022. Make sure you like and subscribing. All the socials are there. You're supporting us. I always say it, you're supporting the man them in here as well, because without them, it's not a show. Thanks. And you guys in the comments as well. Like I said, if you guys ain't getting your comments in, we're talking to ourselves. So big up you guys inside,
Absolutely.
man. Callum, I'm going to come over to you. You can round it off. The reason I'm going to round it off, because I want you to have also your 1 minute say for the people that might not see you on our channel before about Darwin Núñez. Obviously, I've done the same with Haaland and let that have his say. I just want you to have your 1 minute say.
He doesn't want his say.
Nah. I think I see Cole getting hit him in the eyes right now. I can see it. But now, give me your 1 minute say on what you think about Núñez. How can I word it? Out of 10, how happy are you? And then just tell us why, man.
I'm probably gonna annoy a lot of Liverpool fans because
speak the truth, man. Speak what you
Your truth, bro.
So Darwin Núñez, I think he's a good footballer, a good striker. I don't know if he's Liverpool quality, but he's far from rubbish. I maintain he's a very good striker. Or should I say he's a very good finisher. The problem is when you get to teams like Liverpool, City, Real Madrid's and Bayern Munich's having a rounded out game. We spoke about it, goalkeepers having 3 essential criteria. You've got to have 2 of the 3. I don't know if he's got 2 of the 3 yet in terms of being a good finisher, having the intelligence to play the role, and then having build-up play or other areas of technique. I don't know if he's got those yet. I don't think he has yet. that being said, there is clearly a thought process in Klopp's mind where he's maybe thinking, right, I'm going to move away from as much build-up playing, maybe go a little bit more direct when I can, or just have someone who's a quote-unquote natural goal scorer. We've got players like Salah, Jota, Firmino, Diaz, Mane looks like he's going to be moving on. I've always maintained, and I said this, I think I said this on the show with you, Patrick, once on the terrace. I said, Liverpool get goals, but I don't think we're that clinical. And I got ripped for it.
No, you did. I remember you saying that. I remember.
He had the most goals, but again, I watched Liverpool inside out, innit? So when we're winning games 3-0, for example, like when we beat Leeds at the beginning of the season 3-0, but then you're walking away from the game and thinking Mane had 9 shots by himself and scored 1, then you're clearly not clinical enough. So for me, that's maybe Klopp's thinking, right, can't get Haaland because can't compete with City for Haaland. Harry Kane would have probably been the ideal, but we ain't getting Kane from Levy. Who else you go and get who's a natural goal scorer? Maybe Nunes is the next best thing. So I'm happy with the idea of Nunes. I just don't know about him as a player yet, but I'm more than willing to support him and see where it goes.
Yeah, I think that's fair, man.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah, exactly. Link up play, I think you're bang on as well. And I think when people were speaking to me about Nunes, I said the bottom line is when you've got Liverpool that are a rounded team, you could say, okay, they need number 8, but in a rounded team, they're going to create 3-4 chances per game where you're going to score. Nunes' job is to put the ball in the back of the net. Whereas Callum, what you said is bang on. If me and Aaron are sitting here now and we sign Nunes, which a lot of Man United fans want, we need a rounded forward. If you look at Ronaldo, okay, yes, he scored a lot of goals. When you look at other players that come into the team, because we're not creating those chances, because we haven't got a style of play, you need someone that's going to be able to offer more than just putting the ball in the net. Otherwise, they're going to be nullified. So if he comes to United, I think he struggles. Because he's at Liverpool, like you said, yes, his all-round game might be limited, but like you said, he's going to get 3-4 chances. If he's there to put the ball in the back of the net, it might work out on his first season.
Do you know
I think it's fair.
Another thing that's fair to say as well is... So firstly, if my opinion on it is, look, Klopp and his team have not really got it wrong, okay? And that's buying good deals, right? They've just gone and spent a lot of money. I do not believe Klopp and his team are going to spend a lot of money unless they've looked at this player's attributes and thought, yeah, this can really fucking work, right? I don't believe it. They've struggled to get money out of your board for far lesser players. True. I don't believe Klopp will have got that out of him. Secondly, as an asset, he's young, right?
Yeah.
Thirdly, let's be very clear. Mane was replaced with Diaz. Mane has been playing centrally at the end of the season.
And he's one season at it.
So this man is coming in as a striker. He's not coming in on the deck. No. He's coming in not as a Mane replacement. Look, I don't want to see the comparisons. I put something up earlier. People, for once, Liverpool and City fan bases, come together, and let's not do these comparisons. Like, there's no need for us to do these.
I'm not involved in
it.
I don't really think some of the fans are doing it, but I think the media's doing it as well.
That's what I
think the media's going to be doing that the whole season. Trust me, they'll be doing it.
Haaland scored 5.
They will. But then the thing that irritates me is, right, but then what happens then is that the Liverpool fans say the City fans are forcing that comparison. The City fans say the Liverpool, it's like, no, it's the media, so it will happen. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not a fan of those comparisons.
I'm going to be
fully
real.
Hear you. Yeah.
I might be annoying some of the sections of Liverpool fans. We're the ones pushing this agenda this time. Like, I'm seeing certain accounts, and they're like, I'm seeing like, oh, it reminds me of when Fernando Torres, or he's a hybrid of Torres and Suarez, or he's going to outscore Haaland. I'm like,
you need to be careful with those comparisons,
I'm like,
bro.
Stop, what are we doing here?
Half of these men haven't even watched them in their prime.
Anyway,
but
we are on to the last position.
Yeah, last position. Big up Kirsten side. Make sure
you shout out to Kirst.
Aaron, I know you've got to make a move, so I just want to say before we get to the last position, obviously, big up for coming on every single time.
Thank you,
Make sure people are liking, subscribing the video, but checking out Aaron's channel below. Just quickly. Just quickly as well. And people, there is a reason why I got Aaron on this show. I've wanted Aaron on the show for ages, but I proper rate Aaron's view. Yeah, 100%.
On actual, he talks context and facts.
Yeah, come on. Look what he's been saying today. Good shit.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Big up Aaron every single time. Make sure you check him out on Twitter, people. Always following his European football as well.
And his TikToks as well.
Yeah, man. So big up that. Obviously, plug anything you want to plug, and also just lastly, say your striker you would have picked. And when we debate it, we know what your vote was, isn't it?
Yeah, so thank you for having me on, man. It's been a pleasure. I definitely want to come on again. And yeah, I'm actually, my YouTube channel is in the description, but I'm more active on, like the boy said, TikTok and Instagram.
Send me it, I'll put it in there. Send me it, I'll put it in there.
Cool, yeah. So TikTok and Instagram is where I'm active. So make sure you follow me on there. In terms of the striker position, I'm going to have to say Arsenal, man. Arsenal desperately need a striker. I do not think for 1 second that they can get through the whole season with just Eddie Nketiah. There's no way Eddie Nketiah is going to lead the line for them and score. I don't even think he's going to get 10 plus goals. There's no way. I really don't. Like, obviously for the bands, we hope, but as like if you look at the grand scheme of things, for Arsenal itself, it's not going to happen. Nketiah is not going to be able to lead the line in the Premier League, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. There's no way. No.
Love that. Well, Aaron, you've ended it on a banging note because Arsenal fans were just sitting there thinking they got away with it, but they didn't. But nah, man, until you done it well, man. But until next time, people, like I said, check out Aaron's TikTok.
Yeah, Aaron, love. Take care, man. Shout you soon.
Take care, everyone.
But yeah, Aaron, bless up. Yeah, big up, guys.
See you later, man.
Perfect. So then that leaves 4 of us. I'm not gonna lie. I personally don't have much to say. It's Arsenal for me all over.
Oh, yeah.
He summed it up.
I wanted to put United in there one more time.
No,
It is Arsenal. It is.
Hey, I've got work contracts. We've got a lot of 4 more days. Man. Don't stress me out. But I think it's Arsenal. I think we all know, multiple competitions. Lacazette's gone actually to Lyon now. They really need a forward, and I'll be honest with you. I think the worry for Manchester United, Arsenal, talking on forwards in general, because we'll round it up on that note, is that I feel like we're all in our mid-20s, late 20s, and whatever. We've seen forwards in our years growing up that we could pick 5 to 10 forwards in the early 2000s, late 2000s that were like, these are good strikers. Now, for me, I don't know if anyone disagrees. I feel like the era of football in the striker department is hit quite a bit of a low. When you're talking about Vlahovic, you're talking about Haaland, you're talking about Nunes, who we all said is not the complete article. You're then looking at Jonathan David. You're looking at Victor Osimhen's. You're looking at, these strikers that...
Maybe the false 9 and them type of vibes.
They're not out and out goal scorers. They ain't ring.
Question marks. Like, there's none of you that are signing the player and you're like, yes, you know what, I'm really buzzing about it. It's all that skeptical approach of, are they going to fit in this formation? Are they going to hit it off? And I just feel like right now, with Liverpool getting a Nunes and City getting a Haaland, you have got 2 of the strikers right now that are coming into their prime. So whoever Arsenal get, there are going to be question marks no matter what. So, but
there's question marks in anyone coming into this league. Let's be honest.
I feel like the striker department in the world football is just...
I've heard that already.
Yeah, unless you're looking at, for example, obviously Lewandowski wants to leave, but he's going to command a lot of money and he's got his heart set on Bayern Munich, on Barcelona, sorry.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, I mean, and then Haaland's gone to Man City, so that's the other guy. Liverpool have got their main target.
There's one name, but I think he's tied down too much. Is João Felix.
But again, is he a striker though? He's not really. He's like the Osimhen. It's like there's not out and out. Yeah, there's not an out. For me, it has to be Arsenal as well. It has to be the fact that you guys even said they've lost Lacazette, who wasn't really contributing, but he was a striker. Eddie Nketiah. I mean, like you said, for the Bants, if he starts leading the line for Arsenal, we're all gonna love it. But if we're being honest, for a team of Arsenal stature. And the fact they're back in Europe,
by the way.
Shout out to Lee. But they need a goal scorer. And even Gabriel Jesus, who I like, if he's leading the line for Arsenal, there's still question marks there. If we're being real,
you like him on the wing.
My preferred position with Jesus is on the right. When I list Jesus's qualities, it's not goal scoring.
But for Arsenal, he would be the focal point. He'd be their number 9, wouldn't he?
But I will say, maybe like a Firmino false line dropping in the pocket.
But the one thing I will say with Jesus is, I actually think Jesus and Firmino are very similar players. Right?
Okay.
And I think our fan base and Liverpool's fan bases both appreciate them as well. But we don't appreciate them so much for their goal scoring. We appreciate them for different reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know how Callum feels with Firmino, but me with Jesus, I will go back to the first season he arrived when he scored 9 and 11 and was being.
Oh, you reckon we're going to Martial? Yeah, okay.
My favourite player, bro.
I'll be 100. The only mask I have in here is a big stick. So he ain't playing up front, right?
That's so random.
Well, you have to make this big six audience happy. You have to do these types of things. Anyway, with Jesus, my one thing is the season he arrived at, he scored 9 and 11. Since then, he hasn't ever been our out and out number 9. I do feel that if he goes somewhere and gets given that confidence as playing as the number 9, we might see a different Jesus. Now, Tottenham is where I'd probably want him to go because I'm a Jesus fan. However, I don't think he'll get in too regularly at Tottenham, if I'm being honest. I think he's going to have a harder push. For me, Jesus, Chelsea or Arsenal might do some damage.
Yeah.
But you are right. He's not, it's not like you're buying Haaland. It's not like you're buying Kane.
Yeah, he's still question marks over it. And don't get me wrong, he's got good quality. He could come out and easily dispel those question marks, but he doesn't fill me with a lot of confidence if he's going to be my number 9 week in and week out.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm not sure. So, but it has to be Arsenal for me. It has to be. They need someone that's going to give them fit. Like when you look at all the front threes across the striker positions for most of the teams in the top 6, top 7, even top 8, you know that there's 15 goals here, there's 15 goals there. You can't look at Arsenal and say that. So they're struggling right now. I know, they're linked to Jesus.
And you love it.
No, it's not even like as a banner thing.
Yes,
just like
yes, it is. Because you took it. Listen, I get it because for 9 months you took it.
Mate,
last month,
even Daps, I was saying to you, Daps, are you sure Arsenal got? You was like, yeah, I just think they're gonna do it, man. I remember, but you was real with it. So it is what it is. But they obviously they fed away at the back end of the season, and it is because they don't score enough goals. That was the problem for them.
Yeah.
So Saka, Martinelli, Smith Rowe started. He was on fire, but he dropped off a cliff. He fell off a cliff. So
it's like him and Martinelli are like.
They're hot and cold, man. Hot and cold. So they need a striker badly.
Yeah, they do.
I think we all agree on that then, bro. Well, that has been a brilliant show. I can't lie. Like I said, people, still over 60 of you watching. It's been a brilliant show. An hour and a half locked in. We actually said, me and Dax were like, this can't go over an hour and a half. So
we have to get down to nailing it short, man. It's the hardest thing in the world.
But guys, like I said, if you just joined us, we've been talking about every position from goalkeeper to starting 11 and a 4-3-3 of what teams need to fill that position the most. I think it's been a great concept as well because some positions have not been easy. We've all been debating. There've been some unanimous, there's been some split decisions. Exactly.
Quickly, boys, just a curveball. What about manager? If you have to throw a manager in.
Oh, okay, Pat. Yeah, I like it.
So what team do you think needs a new manager to take their team to the next level?
Pep.
I was not saying Klopp on purpose.
I need him gone.
Right, that's the reason.
Yeah, no, Arsenal. It's got to be Arsenal again.
Yeah, I would say that as well. Arsenal.
The
fact that they should have made top 4.
I feel like people can't argue that more than they could argue other positions. I think you're right.
It's got to be Arsenal.
Because what it is, even with like Pat as a rival, like you get a lot of obviously stick with Arsenal fans who banter. Like, even, like how long can they keep giving Arteta time?
Exactly.
Where you're like, okay, now we need to see something.
Yeah. Well, they've all said to me this season. They've all said if they don't make top 4 this season, then that's it. But I'm sure there'll be another spin if they don't, and they're close. You know, we'll see.
They'll bring out some new merchandise, and everyone forget that.
They get the new tracksuits with that fluorescent.
That's their thing, man.
But
talking of new merchandise, check out the new Kopish merchandise.
Oh
yeah,
plug that, Callum. Plug that.
Yes, Callum.
So new merchandise coming soon. We have got some stuff on the website as well: t-shirts, mugs, etc. So bless you, Daps, for that, man. Appreciate it.
Love that. Man. Make sure you go and check that out. The link's below for the YouTube as well. So I'm sure that from the YouTube you can find out for the clothing line from there, man. But big up Callum and the whole of the Kopish gang. Obviously, Jifty and the rest and that doing their thing, man. But guys, what we're gonna do as well now is we're gonna show you the full 11 that we've got of the teams that need to fill these positions. If you disagree, obviously let us know in the comments. If you agree, let us know in the comments. But here we go. So goalkeeper, we've got Manchester United. Left back, Manchester City. Centre back, Chelsea. Right back, Tottenham. Went with a 4-3-3 of DM with Manchester United. 2 number 8s in Chelsea and Liverpool, left wing Chelsea, up top Arsenal Football Club, and on the right Manchester United. Please let us know, like I said, in the comments if you agree or disagree. I know this show hasn't been done online yet, so we wanted to give you guys something different, and it's not only something different, it's something different with a great panel. So big up Callum and obviously Patrick and Aaron, who was here earlier as well. And obviously myself, Daps and Seats are back. Never a Foul is back, people, as well. That's what you want to say, man. Big up Jerry and everyone is saying great show and that as well.
So so firstly, thanks to all you guys for coming on. Massively appreciate it. First real show back in the cave. We're going to share this team, and we're going to share it on Twitter and Instagram. We're going to get people's opinions on who should come in and fill these roles.
Man, added a manager. Look how quick he was.
Yeah.
Manager. No, put it up there with that, because I want to see what the Arsenal fans say, because that I think is a credible shout. I think it has to be Arsenal or Everton.
Patrick, by the way, big up for that.
Yeah. So we're going to share it. We're going to get people's opinions on Twitter and Instagram. So yeah, everyone, thanks for watching. Thanks for the panel coming on. Catch me tomorrow night on here with a City United alongside AA, Man City Man United, talking about our history. Callum, you have your hand up?
Yeah, sorry. Before we shoot off, Ty and Daps, I've got to give you lot your flowers. I've done bare shows on YouTube. I don't think I've come across this concept once. Big up.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. That's what we're trying to do. It can't be the same.
Big up.
Great idea.
So, the content is sick. I'm not going to lie, people are going to watch this and steal it, but everyone here who's watching,
they know. Trademark.
Yeah, but people who have watched this, people who've been on the panel will know where this is started. Exactly. This is a fantastic concept. So big up,
Callum.
Appreciate that, Callum. Massively coming.
My dad's a Rasta man. He always says, "Man has come free, man. You man have got them in abundance." I trust me, old school things, man. But honestly,
same with my dad as well, by the way.
Don't leave me that. But Dad, you know what? Like I even said to Dad when he said he got the panel sorted, and obviously I knew who Callum was. Also, I said Patrick already and Aaron. I said I couldn't be more happier to have the first show back properly with you, man, because. I'm not going to lie, big up people that do the YouTube content and everything, but there's some people that do stuff for clicks and whatnot. I just like educational, proper, good honest chat. No matter what team support, with football fans, and then we support our club. You get me?
That's why the panel
is the panel, man. So I'm glad that everyone said 11 out of 10 show, great show and stuff. So without you guys in the comments as well, you don't realise that me, Callum, Pat, that Suits, we all love you guys in the comments as well.
Yeah. We fed off the comments. The Everton shout was good. There's some good shouts in the comments, man. So shout out to everyone.
Different ones in there. So last but not least, all I'm going to say is, people, make sure you do like, make sure you do share, do subscribe to this video. But most importantly as well, down below we've got Callum's Kopish, we've got Patrick's Views TV, you've got Chaffer Tunnel, which is what I do separately with Never a Foul Manchester United, and that's Feed the Goal as well. So they're all there. All you got to do is click them, hit a subscribe, and we massively appreciate your support. Just before we go, Callum, is there anything you want to plug? Any shows you got coming out in the next couple of days or so?
We've got a live show on Wednesday on Kopish, and then we're always live on a Monday and a Friday as well. And that will be back on soon for.
I'm waiting for those Thursdays.
For
Thursday night. When Man United play Liverpool, I have to come on as well, man. I have to do something.
100%. We follow each other on Twitter, so
well, now we've done this. Icebreaker's done now.
And that's got my number anyway, so feel free to send my number over to Ty. So we'll see how
Love that. And then Patrick, obviously, people didn't hear earlier. He said potentially looking at starting your own channel.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it, man. I've been toying with the idea for a while. Obviously, Semps is my guy. We started Views together a couple of years ago, but we've kind of branched off that. I've been doing loads of stuff on Twitter, as you guys know. I've been on everyone's shows. Everyone keeps saying to me, why don't I have my own channel? So I think it's time now. So yeah, man. So hit me up, people. Let me know what I should call it. I'm still toying with a few ideas. But yeah, I think I'm going to do it, man. We're going to do it.
Love that.
Well, people, make sure you stay tuned for that as well. And last but not least, you ended it on a great question. Jerry, 2023, wait on it.
Yeah. We need that barbecue, man. That was
man.
It's a bit political still.
Yeah. We'll get it. Take time. But like I said, guys, have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for watching. And we'll be back, like I said, just follow the program, and that's how the schedule locked in. Big up.
Bless. Find that outro. Come on.
I know.
We've just gone past it, mate.
There we go.